Okay. I'm live. Hello, hello. I was running late, but I am here and I am happy to be here with you all. Let me just adjust myself a little bit. Okay. Um, so my son told me that last week there was a lot of uh, background noise in during my live stream. So hopefully tonight it will be better. I think I have eliminated the distractions because now everybody knows that I'm live. Everybody in my house knows that I am live. There's something on my hair is not working out for me. Tonight, for the next 20 minutes or so, we are going to talk about decoding your emotions, strategies for your well being. I had asked my community in my social media platforms to cast their votes because I was torn between two topics, which the other one was the science of stress. And this one came out as a winner, but I am also going to do of course, a live stream next week, same time, same place, Monday, September 2nd, and it will be on the science of stress. So I'm excited. Hopefully, I can keep up with doing these live streams because I think I can do them on Mondays at 8:30 Eastern time. I am looking for my notes because my notes are very important. Um, Although I can't find them. So, decoding emotions. I am going to start with 7 truths about emotions because there are tons of myths about emotions that can be confusing, and we learn them, in our culture, society, families, right? When it comes to emotions, and it gets uh, it can get messy as far as how do we navigate these feelings that come up? What are we supposed to do, right? So one of the things that we learn right away is that emotions are either good or bad, right? So the ones that are uncomfortable, which are sadness, anxiety, anger, they're usually labeled as bad emotions. But scientifically speaking, psychologically speaking, there's no such thing, right? There are no good or bad emotions. All feelings are neutral until we assign meaning to them, which really we shouldn't be assigning meaning to our emotions, right? Number one, your emotions are messengers, meaning they carry not value, not necessarily whether it's your identity or not, because your emotions don't define you, but they are messengers. They carry a message within them. They want to be your allies. You can use your emotions as a compass for your life, meaning like which direction you should take and things like that, as far as your goals or maybe even your health, right? And that's how they are messengers in themselves. Number two, your emotions carry an energetic signature, an energetic charge. What that means is that different emotions show up differently in your body and in your thoughts. And they are just really, emotions are energy in motion. So if we can get behind that fact that energy in motion, right? That means that we can think of emotions in a different light. We are no longer attached to whether we are having the right or wrong emotions, or that we are feeling, these good or bad emotions, because they are energy. And so there's a message, there's an energy. And if we can get behind that and really understand for each emotion, decoding them, right? For each emotion, what is the energy that I'm feeling? What is the message that I'm getting? Is it that I need to slow down, or maybe I need to speed up a little bit, right? With my goals, with, you know, um, the things that I want to accomplish. Number three, your emotions want your attention always. Because it is a messenger, right? Or they are messengers. Because they are messengers, they carry a message with them. Because they are energy in motion, what are they going to want from you? Your attention. Your emotions want your attention, and they won't stop until they get your attention. I i said this last week in the live stream. They will always compete for your attention, but do they want to control your life? Absolutely not. They don't want, your emotions don't want to give you a hard time. And they are not roadblocks, right? They are road signs. You can use your emotions as a roadmap for where you are in life, for where you want to go, the conditions, that you are living in, things that you need to let go, things that you need to let in your life. Number four, your emotions pass through the mind body connection. So you're just not thinking about your emotions. It's not something that is produced in the mind alone, right? It is also produced from the neck down in the body. In fact, emotions are encoded in the heart, right? This is also the largest electromagnetic field in our body. So this is where it gets encoded, this is where it gets transmitted. Not here, but what tends to happen is that we like to think about our emotions. We like to describe them in thought. Um, and that's just one part of it, right? The other part is really feeling it in your body, understanding where they show up, understanding where these emotions are, creating tension or tightness or expansion, because they can create contractions, they can also create expansions. And number five, your emotions are based on memories. Yes. So now we're getting into, neuroscience, we're getting into psychology, um, and also polyvagal theory, which involves the nervous system. So when it comes to the mind body connection, understand that your emotions are present in that passageway, if you will, right? Again, your emotions are not just in your mind, or all in your head, as people like to say, oh, it's just all in your head. That is not true. That is probably one of the, one of the biggest myths when it comes to emotions, that is all in your head. Like when people say, I feel anxious, oh, it's all in your head because you're having these thoughts. Yes, but you're also having these physical symptoms and sensations that you need to learn how to read. You need to learn how to lean into them. And this is what decoding your emotions are all about. So, your emotions are messengers. Your emotions carry an energetic charge. Your emotions want your attention. They pass through the mind body connection. And number five, your emotions are based on memories. And by the way, before I forget, that also means that also applies with anxiety. Anxiety is future based, but it's still, or concerned about the future, I should say, but it's still based on the memories that already exist in your mind, right? Because the brain and the body, the mind and the body, they cannot come up with emotions that have no basis. So the fear, the nervousness, the sadness, they're all connected to something that's already happened, patterns that already have shown up in your life. Number six, suppressed emotions are bad for you in the long term. So, emotions that don't get processed, they get stuck and still as energy. Remember that emotions are energy in motion. So, if they are not able to move, whether you express them, of course, in healthy ways, or you process it, um, or you talk to someone who is safe, a safe person for you, they get stuck. That energy gets stuck in the body, trying to imagine, just wanting to come, outside, right? Like, I don't. So I'm from Florida, and or I'm based in Florida, I should say. And there was I remember we had an impending hurricane, but it never made landfall where we were. But it was predicted to do so, and we were stuck inside our house with the shutters closed. Imagine, just darkness and quiet and all of those things for, I believe it was like 3 or 4 days. And so I remember wanting to, go outside or do something else, right? And that kind of like restlessness, it's the same thing with our emotions that are suppressed, held back, or unprocessed, right? So that's how, just like wanting to come out already. And we know for a fact there are tons of research about how suppressed emotions really can exacerbate autoimmune diseases, chronic illnesses, and things of that nature. So make sure that you are working to connect with your emotions in your mind body using your mind body tools. So, number seven, the last one for tonight, is the attention that your emotions are trying to get from you is really about support. Your emotions want to know that you're there, you're listening, and you are going to take action in support of yourself. Not no judgment, no analyzing, right? No drastic changes. Support is gentle. Support is understanding and caring for yourself. So, decoding is a mind body practice. Decoding your emotions is really a mind body practice. Strategies for your well being start in that how can I support myself? Which means that all of those, the six other truths that I shared tonight can build that foundation for you so that you can start to understand how to support yourself. Num- um, Another part of this attention is that healing the shame that comes with your body is also important. The body sometimes becomes a source of shame or praise. Um, and really, the body should just be like kind of a neutral place for you, right? Where you're able to take care of it and it takes care of you as well. So the body is really a source of healing. And when we feel disconnected from our body, though, it can get tough and it can be difficult to see it as a source of healing. So take it slow, start connecting with your body. Once you name your emotion, okay, I'm feeling anxious right now, then tune in to what your body's telling you. You cannot talk your way out of your emotions, right? You can't simply put the pressure on yourself to say, if I tell my body to stop feeling this, it will. That's not that's not working to support yourself. That's really, fighting and struggling, right? Um, I also have to say that, even in the mental health field, traditional talk therapy has kind of put on this expectation that if I can talk about my feelings, it will go away or that it will get better. But that's not true, right? Talk therapy is not the only form of healing that you have access to. It can only go so far. You have somatic work, polyvagal theory, sensory motor psychotherapy. These are all body oriented type of work. Now, there's still, of course, talking involved, there's still processing involved in sharing and asking, the hard questions, but we don't stop there. Decoding your emotions, coming up with strategies that allow you to have a transformative life, to have a life that centers on your well being, means that you have to absolutely work with your mind, which is your thoughts, and your body, which are your sensations, because both of them go hand in hand. If you haven't seen my live stream or any of my short videos here on YouTube or TikTok, I've shared the three basic things that you can look at or check in with when it comes to decoding your emotions, which is basically understanding your emotions. They are your breath or your breathing, your posture, and the tension in your body. These three things are so basic yet so important. These are important details when it comes to emotions. Now, the byproduct of supporting yourself, right, in the midst of intense emotions is that you find out later on why you're feeling the way you're feeling, but that's not the first thing that happens when you decode your emotions. First, you have to understand what is happening in your body, in your mind. Support yourself. Don't ask why. That's not the first question, right? The first and basic foundation is really to connect and lean into yourself, your sensations, your emotions. And so you start there and then you can build up into an understanding of what is happening, what patterns are showing in your life. I hope that helps you all. Please feel free to email me hello@joyacaso.com if you have any specific questions. Um, I apologize that I was late today. And next week, I will be back at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will talk about the science of stress. Thank you all so much for joining me and for those of you who are watching on replay.